Welcome back to Keeping Up with London. So today we're going to get into a couple of things, and it's definitely going to get messy. So I hope everyone had a wonderful holiday. You know, my holiday was crazy, child. You know, I'm just recouping, but I said, hey, I wanted to give you guys a video today. I didn't feel like being on camera, and that's okay. That's perfectly all right. But nonetheless, you're gonna get your content. So let's get right into the show. Okay. We got Milagro versus Megan Thee Stallion. Okay, so for this, I can definitely say that Megan, I feel like she was just better. I feel like she does what a lot of these celebrities do, which is they want to silence people. Okay? Megan versus Milagro is just basically Milagro had said various of things that Megan didn't agree with, and once Milagro got wind of certain things that was going on within Megan's camp, Megan quickly wanted to take it to the courts. But let me tell y'all, Megan girl, you are a fiend from the scene. You are a faggot with a drug habit. See, Megan, you are mainly just mad because none of your things are selling, just like that swimsuit line is not selling, that alcohol line wasn't selling, and you are deeply indebted with Rock Nation, which is your record label. And girl, if you was gonna go through all of that, I would have just rather you stay with Carl Crawford, even though you're not gaining nothing from either record label that you were with. But because you are with Rock Nation and you owe them so much money, they had no choice but to what? Put out this PR stunt with you being with this boy, Klay Thompson, which, girl, is farther from your aesthetic and what you like. Let's just be real. And nothing you have is in your name, allegedly. And I'm going to also allegedly say that you are in a lightweight conservatorship. But that's neither here or there. Moving on. Okay. So now let's talk about Yandy, Mendeecees. Hey, Tamar. Yeah, bitch. Let's go. Come on. So, over the weekend, Mendeecees has taken to social media to announce the split of him and Yandy Smith. And I'm going to play this little clip for y'all. That way y'all can really get a whole understanding of what's really going on. So if you look up here, I'm going to play the clip right here.
You in the streets, because it was like, dang, if she held him down.
So even if me and Yandy decide to break up, it's no one's business but our household. Right? So if you see me acting inappropriate, it's appropriate for me. It's maybe not for you, because I'm sorry you wasn't in the group chat when we decided that you know what I'm trying to say. I'm sorry you wasn't in our bedroom when we had this conversation, and you know and that's the problem, because a lot of times these rumors, you know, we so private that we sit back and we laugh at it, and it doesn't affect us like the way it affects the public. People be like, oh, y'all should be more transparent and let us know.
Ain't your business.
Yeah, we gotta figure out how to let our children know.
Right,
That's
exactly.
very What's the status of you and Yandy right now?
Are we not together?
Y'all not together.
We not together. So
y'all getting a divorce?
Well, we never was like legally married, so I don't know what a divorce. Like.
So the rumors are true that y'all just did it for TV.
Listen, I didn't do it for TV. I think listen, it was Yandy's idea, right? Because in the beginning we had I was going through legal battles with courts and fines and
I heard this one with my own ears and saw it with my own face, and I was really concerned. I was like, why is this lady doing this in front of me. Tamar, you gonna sit up in my face. You gonna sit up in my face with your 3 faces and tell me that you and Mendeecees did not have a conversation at that table in Ruth Chris about him putting out a statement about him and Yandy not being together no more. We really gonna do that? And he said he did a version of the letter on Chat GPT. And then you started laughing back and was like, no, you got to go back and rewrite it to kind of make it sound like it's you. We going to say that didn't happen? We going to say that didn't happen? We going to sit up here and say, after he was digging in between your thighs at that roof, Chris, and he got up and went to the bathroom, that the conversation was, y'all, I can't. He just my friend. He just my friend. I can't. I mean, and then I said, Tamar, ain't he married? He ain't married. They not married. They just do that for the show. They not married. That's what we gonna do. We gonna pretend like at that video shoot for the video, the bedroom was right there. The living room area with the 1-seater chair was there. All of us had been drinking the entire video shoot. We gonna pretend like you was not sitting in his lap with them booty shorts on and them 2 new big old titties you just purchased with the shirt split down like this.
Okay, so as you can see in this clip, Mendeecees is basically letting everyone know that him and Yandy has been separated for about close to 2 years. We're going to say 2 years, allegedly. But my whole thing is, didn't Funky Dineva not just say that when y'all was in the Ruth Chris, that you, Tamar, and Mendeecees sat there, had a conversation about Mendeecees leaving his wife, and according to via Funky Dineva, that it was a letter wrote in ChatGPT claiming that he had wrote a statement, and you then told him to rewrite it because he needs to make it look like he did it. Now, Tamar, you decided to take to your Instagram and to say that everyone who has called you a whore, a slut, a liar should cash app you because they owe you an apology. Well, actually, Tamar, no, they do not, because I'm sorry, sis, you lied. You went on the Breakfast Club and said that you and Mendeecees has been friends for a little bit or quite some time, but when you went on All Gals podcast, you said you didn't know him. So all of this is just a soft launch of your relationship, and quite honestly, sis, we do not care. Okay? We do not care. Look, if you want to pop out with a man who looks more like a woman than you do, because ain't nobody checking for Mendeecees. He looks like a whole stud out here in these streets. But if that's what you like, that's fine. But meanwhile, last night, Yandy decided to take to her Instagram with a couple of things of how she's been feeling. And one of the things Yandy has let be known and said was, and we quote, "Now I finally understand the difference between people who love me and people who love to be around me and people who love what I can do for them." And from that, the following was, "You're quieter now. I heard my business from people that I didn't tell." Ooh, child. If that's not very telling, I don't know what is. But all I have to say to this is that Tamar, Mendeecees, just go ahead and just announce our relationship. I'm sorry. Just go ahead and announce our relationship. It's out there. We don't care. Y'all trying so hard to make it seem like it's not what it is when, baby, look, it's what it is. Okay? I'm tired of them being on my screen. Moving on. Hey, Clarissa. Okay, so in this all I have to say. Clarissa, you can't be mad that you chose to be a side chick. That ain't nobody's fault but yours. And quite honestly, you knew what you was getting yourself into when you want to align yourself with a married man, allegedly. Okay? Because him and Remy, they're not getting the divorce. But how can you sit up there and have a whole attitude at the Breakfast Club because they decided that they wanted to mention Remy? Let's take a look.
At the time when y'all was together, y'all was hanging out, y'all was running in the street, you never thought that they would be gone. So I always tell them, yo, look around. One of y'all or two or maybe three of y'all not gonna make it. It might be you. So if you think that's worth it, continue in the street. But it's not worth it, bro. So, get out of that.
You mentioned Black Love earlier. I know Clarissa's here as well. But I wanted to go back to that time period. I wanted to go back to that time period because I feel like for the longest time prior to your relationship, now you and Remy were like the emblem of like Black love, positivity, and then everything just switched publicly. And I know you talk about even in hip hop, like, how things are thrown on hip hop and thrown on us negatively. When that moment was happening publicly with you and Remy, what was Papoose feeling? Because it was so positive for so long and it kind of just changed everything. What were you feeling as everything started to, happen online?
It was corny. It's always corny to do social media shit. You know what I'm saying? Who wants that? Who wants to be a part of the circus? So I just felt like it was corny.
You got attacked for Black love.
See, child, a whole mess. And it's so crazy to me that you can even sit up there and have an attitude the way that you do. It's giving pressed. It's giving you taking care of this man because Papoose ain't got no money, allegedly. Remy took care of him, allegedly. And yeah, girl, look, moving on. Okay. Now, this is for my girl, Tasha. Tasha. I want to say, y'all, I sat back and I watched the interview with Tasha and Mendeecees. And I have to say, bravo. Because, see, we got to see Mendeecees in a different light other than, what most would claim her as to be the angry Black female. And it was a lot of different points within that interview that, I'm going to be honest, child, it shaped my view of her a lot differently than how I've always seen her. But in this particular clip, Tasha had asked her about Candace Owens. Now, me personally, I don't care for Candace Owens. I just feel like she's a very watered down person because even though she's of our skin tone, she doesn't want to be a part of our community, allegedly. And yeah, Tasha, I just want to give you your flowers. Kudos on this interview, but y'all, this tickled me so badly. I will insert a clip here, and if you would like to watch the rest of it, y'all make sure y'all head on over. I'm sorry. Make sure y'all head on over to TashaKLive.com to check out the interview. I feel like it's worth the watch. But check it out right here.
To decolonize the people to be able to be organized in their own collective liberation. That is my purpose.
Are you afraid for your life?
Afraid for my life?
Like, are you afraid that someone, because Candace Owens are outside right now and she's scared.
I don't know her, but I have no fear of death.
You don't know Candace Owens?
No. Who is that?
You've never heard of Candace Owens?
Mm-mm.
Are you punking
don't know who that is.
Your messages are very similar, so I'm shocked to see that. I mean, granted, she's married to a white man. However,
Our messages are similar.
Yeah, but she's married to a white man.
Our messages are similar.
She's going up against the same people you're going up against. She's trying to educate people.
I don't know who that is, but I'm pretty sure that if we were similar, we would be in alignment.
Well, that's the end of our show. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. If you like this video, tell a friend. That way you can be notified. And I will see you in my next YouTube video. Bye.